back. It's the 2nd of November, and I got the back box. Let me tilt down here to show what I've got so far. I've got the other box in place, as you know, and I've already filled it around. There is no use in wasting your time on that. So I've got that ready. I'll do some final sanding. There's a few little places on here that could probably use some sanding again. I did get one layer of I had some leftover epoxy, so I painted it on the old fillets just to smoothen them up a little bit. I find that sometimes if you get any pocketing, just a layer of epoxy kind of fills in the holes and gives you a smoother coat. And in the meantime, I've got the one here I made for the transom, and you'll notice that this side is thicker. You went some 1/2-inch plywood as opposed to the 1/4 on the front side. On this one, I wanted to use this thicker one to get away from the curve of the fillet and the tape on the transom, the bottom seam. So let me reset up and I'll show you what I mean by that. Down in here we have a pretty good size radius from when we put that in. So I wanted to make sure, I got my center line marks here too, top and bottom. Make sure I'm square. And I've got that all set up, and now I can go ahead and mix up some, I still don't have any Gel Magic yet, but I've got some, I'll mix up some more fillet material because I want the really good squeeze out along on the bottom. So, and I'll go ahead and use the little squeegee thing with the teeth and fit that up here. And then I went and got some longer screws so I can use my big clamp here now over the transom top. Clamp it in place while I'm holding it. So let me go ahead and get that stuff made up, and we'll come back. And I also have another little thing that I did on the racket, truck rack, was I've got some of my old Yakima fittings, and this was like a paddle carrier, mast carrier, anything round. I mean, I've carried all kinds of stuff, but mainly it was I believe at the time was a paddle carrier Yakima sold. But I was able to take one of my old fittings, and in a short, I think it was like 4-inch piece of hose or tubing. I think I had an 8-inch, and I cut it in half. And so now I can mount this on one of the verticals between the 2-inch tube and the 1-inch tube on top. It'll fit this way on the upper tube, and I got something else I'll show you in that too in a separate video when I show you how to use your old Yakima fittings on your racket to make it still usable, more usable later. Well, I had to do some other things I forgot about. I sanded some more along this, push it over, and then I forgot to drill the holes, so I got those in there. So now I can mix in my, not so much. Put in a big gob along the base here. Some's going to squeeze out, but the tape will keep it from. And then the bottom of the square zones. I'll leave some of it. If I get lots of squeeze out, that's okay. It'll just start making it easier on the fillets. It's almost like putting on adhesive for tile. Use some of the excess for fillet too. See my big clamp there. Clean up the bottom edge here. Okay. Not a whole lot we need, just enough to hold it in place. Now I can go along with the tool. Scrape up some of the excess. Got this in now. Got it sanded down. Got my fillets done. You've seen me do that enough on other things. You didn't need to see me do it on this one. So use my profiler and my little Milwaukee. I love this thing. I love this thing too. This thing is great. And I've got that all finished, so now I'm going to paint it. And another thing I wanted to show you is like this is a, looks like a clean cup. Well, it used to have this on the bottom and all of the stuff on the inside and the outside. And so it's like, yeah, I was just before I used it the last time, I thought, I'm going to clean this thing up. So now I got my cup back in. So let me clean this up. Next time you see this, going to be painted, and then we're going to flip it and start working on the bottom. Well, I've got the first coat of primer on the both the pieces, and so now they're starting to look like they're actually part of the boat again. Well, we're back again. It's a lot colder than it was the last time. It's getting down to where the shop is going to need some, have to get some heat here. So, see, the boat is upside down. We've got our holes drilled here, so we're going to get through. And when I bought blades, I bought the stroke cuts on the down, so I sometimes forget that and they need to hold it that way. Well, I got the center one routed out and it seemed to work okay. Let's see if I can screw this one up on camera. There you can see how it's, with that bearing on the end, I was able to get down in and roll. It's kind of, the roll is going to help too. I might, there's a little bit of an edge here. I might take down with a hand rasp just to get the fiberglass to roll over it, because I'm going to have a little patch on the outside, and I may roll it over. I may just stop at the edge right here, because there's already, we've got that 2 inches or 2 layers of glass on the outside, plus the bottom glass comes up over the bottom. So I'm going to get this cleaned up and do some other stuff. Well, as you can see, I've got the, this thing is finished and I got the handle in it. The wheels should be in, this is what, Monday, the wheels will be in Wednesday. And so it'll fit this way here. And I'm going to put in a little bit of I was debating whether or not to leave, just, you know, glass it over and leave it flat. And I thought, well, no, I'm going to put a little ridge like I have on both sides here. I'm going to stick one in the middle just to keep in case, you know, something catches in here. So it'll be shaped like that. So. And then this will be shape 2 and in glass. Then I'll probably ferret like I did on the sides here. So this will be a little bit more well, not complicated, but, you know, more involved. It's not like the time we've been waiting for this thing to be done. It's when these little pieces like this, you know, you put them together and then they got to cure overnight. So then you only get so much done, and then you have to, you know, put the next thing on and let that cure. So it's not like when you're building the boat and you know you're going to do this to begin with, that you know, you've got other things to do. So now I've got to a couple of these little guys that I used on the bottoms, they didn't get epoxied, so I got to epoxy them and set them up overnight, and then get the glass in. I might take some of the epoxy out I will join these up with, and then paint the inside. Go back down again. Paint the inside of this cut part here, so that when I come out tomorrow and put some glass down, I think I'm probably going to put the glass down, roll it in, put this on top like I did these guys, and then tape over this, and then maybe roll some of this into here too. So I've got a little bit of leeway in there, so I got a good 1/4 inch, so I can add a little bit of extra glass in here. So let me go epoxy this.